All right, the basic animation techniques that you're going to be using for this one are the exact same as the last assignment. It's making keyframes and it's moving the object in each keyframe to a different location. Now, you've downloaded the file. If you haven't already, please download it because it's got everything set up for you and it tells you basically what needs to happen for each layer that's going on. So you've got here 4 layers. One is the guide, the other is the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s. Now, what you know and what the type of animation you've done before is animating on the 1s. What that is every frame has a keyframe and there's a movement that happens in each one. When you were making the initial keys, you had some gaps in between, but that's still the goal was to animate on the 1s. All right, so that one is pretty straightforward. That's going to be this layer right here. Easy to understand. This penny right here, as well as you can see the line. It says animate on the 1s, which also means create and move every frame. All right, so now the other 2 are some time-saving animation techniques that are used by some animators, particularly for animations that are aimed at television. And it's more often done in 2D animation than it is in 3D. Okay, because animating in 3D is kind of a whole different sort of animal. All right, so what you're going to be doing for this assignment is very straightforward. What I will do is target the free transform tool, which is the second one up here, and I'm on the 1s, and same thing, I'm going to press F6, and I'm going to drag it so that it corresponds with the indicator, the timing mark for frame 2, and I'm even going to rotate it. So I'm going to give it 2 clicks, and then I've got a keyframe right there. I know that I'm on frame 2 right there. I press F6. Let's go to the next one and align it up with the middle again. Let's rotate it a couple more clicks. F6. Go to frame 4. And I'm going to double check. I always like to take a look here and make sure I'm matched up with my timing. All right, F6 to frame 5. And let's rotate it a couple more clicks. Now, wondering, did I rotate the last one? No, I did not. Okay, so let's rotate that a couple clicks. Let's go back to frame 5 and rotate that one a couple clicks. And F6, move, rotate. Okay, the rotation part, that's just kind of added. If you choose not to rotate, the world doesn't come to a screeching halt. You still will understand the concept. It's just by rotating it, you see a little bit more clearly the movement. All right, so I'm up to frame 9, 9 and 9, rotate. Okay, and I'm only going to go to frame 10 for my demo. I'm not taking it all the way across because by now you should have that figured out pretty well. So when I scrub through, you can see the penny rolling across the screen. All right, now when I'm animating on the 2s, what I'm doing is just what it says up here, which also means create and move on every other frame. I'm going to zoom in one step here so we can see it a little bit more clearly. So I'm going to skip a frame and I'm going to click on frame 3. I need to make sure that I'm on the right layer. I'm on the layer for the 2s. I'm going to press F6 and let's drag that one on up, and it should be lined up with frame 3 because I'm on frame 3. And I'm going to do the same thing. Let's click it a couple times and skip 1, press F6, take it up to frame 5. All right, skip 1, F6, up to frame 7. Okay, skip 1, frame F6 to there. Now, just for continuity purposes, because this one ends right here, I'm going to go ahead and click on this frame, and I'm going to press F5 so I get a blank key for a regular frame that continues on out. So when I scroll these, they're covering the same amount of distance. Okay. Now, when I'm animating on the 3s, okay, can't really see that one as clearly zoomed in so much, so I guess I have to zoom back out. All right. Okay, so from here, when I'm animating on the 3s, what I do is skip 2. 1, 2, next frame, F6. And I'm on frame 4, so I just need to drag it up to F4. Now, Animating on the threes is typically considered like low end animation. You'll see why when you get through with this. But some early Japanese imported animation, the typical anime, it was often done in the threes, and I think it was mainly a time saving feature. Save money, save time, get a lot of things out to print really fast. Okay, so F6 and take this up to frame 10. All right, so you can get a lot more done. So you see it was a lot fewer steps. Okay, but when you see the end result, you'll see the difference. All right, so your job is to go ahead and finish all these out, all the way out to frame 25. You'll see each one's got its icon. Get the file saved and submitted. Make sure that you're saving it with your name at the beginning. Otherwise, it doesn't, because this file I have to download, it's easier for me to grade. All right.